This is a story of a retired mother who wanted to spend time with her kids. What kind of business would suit that lifestyle? We didn't want to just randomly create any business. We didn't want her just to buy any business. We wanted to create a business plan that's tailored to her lifestyle, that actually fits her needs and what she's going to do, because that's really the best solution. So we spent a lot of time talking with this client, and the best idea we came up with is a golf tourism business. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem with this case is this retired, wealthy grandmother wanted to spend time with her kids and her grandchildren. And she needed a visa to stay in the US, but she didn't want to buy a business. She didn't want to start, liquor store or something like that. It's just too much trouble. What was the best thing that will fit her lifestyle that she was already going to do? So the key takeaway that I got was that this grandmother was spending a lot of time with her children and her grandchildren golfing throughout the summer and during the winter. Why? Because the grandchildren, they wanted to train them up to become professional golfers or amateur golfers at the very minimum. She has a lot of coaches and they're traveling the US golfing all the time. It is really expensive to golf around the US. That's what I found out. But that's what they do, and that's what they love to do. And that's what they want to spend their retirement money doing. So the E-2 we created for them is a golf tourism business because they had all the connections already. They had the caddies, they had the hotels, they had the chauffeurs, they had the plane tickets. Before they knew all these little tricks and the points and different things to use, they would be spending twice as much. Now they're able to spend half as much and get all of these perks. And so I was thinking, are you doing it just for your family? No, our friends all have their kids travel with us, and we do this all the time. And so every time we go, it's like 8 kids doing it at once. And I'm like, do you charge them a fee? They're like, oh no, we're not like that. And I said, would you? And they're like, no, we don't want to. And I said, but if it would help you get an E-2 visa, would you consider it? And they're like, oh, then yes, of course, because we need it. So we created a business plan where they're just like any tourism company, kind of like the REI excursions where you pay and they book your hotel, travel, excursions, tour guide, except in this case, it's a golf tourism. And so you're traveling all across the US, going to some of the top golf courses with some of the best caddies. And so anybody who needed to actually do this whole thing by themselves would be actually paying 3 times to 4 times the price compared to them because they already mastered it. So by planning this out, she was able to save costs for herself and her own family when she was doing this for the next 5 years. And she's able to make a small profit for any relatives, friends, or customers that wanted to do this with her. Now, of course, she's highly selective because she only has like 20 seats. She's not going to book in a whole entire airplane. It's not that kind of business. She charges a pretty high amount, and then she's able to pay the caddies themselves directly as a W-2 employee. So they're not just traditional contractors. Now they are actually full-time employees for her company, and now she's able to get better coaching. What does she do with her profit? Well, buy more golf equipment, of course. Rich people, I don't understand them. The business idea was fun. That was the easy part for this case. The hard part for this case was actually getting the tourism license. I know you're doing an E-2 in order to get a visa. In order to get the visa, you need to get the license, right? Because you need to establish a real and operating company. And how can you have a real operating company if you don't have a license? We had to go through the license process. And one of the license process was a catch-22. Well, is she a resident here? If not, explain. So we have to go through that paperwork. And then it doesn't end there. In order to get the license, we had to get the bond. Because the license want to make sure if something gets sued, if you get sued, then there's money to pay for it. So we have to get a bond. In order to get a bond, we have to get a collateral. So this business plan turned into a little Russian doll where to do one thing, you have to do another, and it kept on going down. But eventually we got the insurance, we got the bond, we got the license, we got the E-2 visa. And then she was able to now comfortably continue to do this golf tourism thing. And she actually transitioned it into another summer camp program. So not only does she do tourism, but she actually has a camp for anybody to sign up to learn golf at one specific location. And now this became a year-round thing. Before it was just a summer and winter program. That's the business plan we designed for her. Now she took that and make it into an all-season thing. And she has new E-2 employees. So it's a wonderful business plan. I'm really happy about it. It's just too bad I don't play golf. The moral of the story is if you want to do an E-2 business, really focus in on what your true hobby is and where your money is going. Follow the money. That might actually give you some insights on what kind of business to start. All right. Take care. See you later. Bye.